Big city, big fish. Stay tuned. You're not gonna want to miss this one. This is why I took off work. Yeah, this will do. Bye, sweetheart.
Listen to that Carbon X just going.
They are so pretty down there. You guys are like the smallmouths of the trout world. Look at my lines all frayed up from digging CBs down. I'm playing fisherman.
It's okay, I will gladly accept both roles. Whoa, get in the boat.
Yeah.
There we go. That is a nice laker. Beautiful. Oh guys, there's another beautiful laker there. Look at that fish. Just absolutely gorgeous.
Nice and greasy.
All right, let's get her back. Goes back to the depths. Hey, what's up guys? Jason here. I'm out with Jason Drewa, guide for Fin Seekers Guide Service. We're doing a little bit of fishing down around downtown Chicago area. So most people don't think of big fish when you think of Chicago, but we came out here today and we've actually done pretty darn good. We've caught some really nice lakers. So when we're out here and we're catching these big fish, I love showing you guys all the action and all the fun stuff. But at the end of the day, I really want you to be able to look at these videos and see what we do and maybe go out and try and actually do this yourself. So we're gonna do a little tackle logic segment here that's gonna kind of tell you what baits we're using, what setups we're using, and you know how we actually jig for these fish and what type of cadences that Jason likes to use out here.
Just finishing up my knot. Thanks, Jason. Sorry, you got to deal with my sickness. My go-to, and Jason knows this, is a 1/2 ounce gold blade bait. I don't care where I'm fishing, if it's Milwaukee area, if it's down Chicago area, if I'm going after Lakers, I'm bringing a gold 1/2 ounce blade bait. And it's a very simple cadence. These fish, it's cold water right now. We're in 36-degree water right now. So these fish, if my hand is the bottom, They don't want it coming up and down like this. They don't want to chase, right? They're eating gobies. They've been eating gobies all winter. So they want a simple hop, and it's just gonna hop, and it's gonna lay there. It's gonna hop, it's gonna lay there. And that fish is gonna come and do this. He's gonna pin it right to the bottom. And you're not even gonna always feel it, but if you do, it's just gonna be a real light tick or a light thump. It's not these are 10, 12, 14, 18 pound fish. You think they're gonna jerk the rod out of your hand. It's not, because they're coming in, they see it, they're over here, and they just go boom, and they pin that thing to the bottom. So when you go to make your next hop, it's almost a double clutched hook set. We were talking about this earlier. You kind of pop and you're like, oh, that's a fish, and then you got plenty of time to drive those hooks home.
Yep. So you're talking a 1/2 ounce size bait. What size rod or what action rod do you like to use when you're fishing that bait?
I use a variety. Most of the time I'll use a medium to medium light. Pair that up with a 2000 series Carbon X. Good to go. 14 pound braid, 12 to 14 pound leader. You can see here I was just working on my leader. Give it a nice 3-4 foot leader so you can cut off and retie every now and then, and you're good to go.
And today, guys, it was been a long winter here in the Midwest, so I actually brought out a bait casting setup today. And if you're gonna use a bait caster for this, you don't want anything too heavy. These fish have a lot of head shakes when they're down there, so you want a rod that's really gonna absorb those head shakes. So I'm using a 610 medium power fast action rod. That fast tip allows me to feel those bites, but it's gonna get into the backbone of the rod quickly to make sure that fish stays pinned after I set the hook. We're fishing in fairly deep water, down to around 30 feet or so, so you really wanna make sure that you have the right setups to catch these fish. Jason mentioned the blade bait. Other baits you can use out here for these fish, you can use plastics that have a minnow profile, or you can use like a Rapala rip and wrap or any style lipless bait. Anything that you can really just hop along the bottom with those really gentle hops, and these fish are gonna come in and they're just gonna kind of pin it to the bottom.
They really like eating stuff off the bottom. Like I said, they're keyed in on gobies at this time of the year. You can see I just tied up a rip and wrap here while Jason was explaining it to you. I like big rip and wraps, number 7s. Again, it's just easier to keep that bait on the bottom for these fish. They just don't want to get up and chase a whole lot. Every now and then you'll get an aggressive one, just knock your socks off, good for you. But the vast majority of your fish are going to come right off the bottom, and they're just going to come down there and pin that bait down to the bottom, and when you go to jig up, you're going to pop it right into them.
Hooked up. Actually, go ahead and walk it up to the front here.
Yeah, if you come up here, Jason, I got you a net.
There we go. That is the 3rd fish in the boat. Show you guys here, that is what we're out here catching, and that's honestly the average size of the fish out here. Now they do get much bigger, but when you're coming out and you're catching, 5, 6, 7 pound fish on average, that's a pretty darn good day. We're gonna go ahead and get this beautiful fish back in the water. Do it again.
She just doesn't want to move. These fish are so cool. There she is. Oh, look at the colors on that one. Oh, that's a pretty fish. Super pretty fish. Come here, girl. Yep, you're probably going to take one more swim. There you go. Come on. Look at that pink ribbon wrap in her mouth. Oh, she's in the bag! Yes! Woo! And off. Oh! That, even though I am sick, I sound like a 12-year-old, I do not care. That is a gorgeous fish. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what does. Look at those fins. Oh! Woo! All right, girl, you're gonna get a free pass. Just here to play. Mwah. Oh, yes. Get out of here.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our previous video, hit that subscribe button, and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We'll see you next time.